Club chairman here, David Reid. David, it's been a long season.
It's been a long season, but I believe an enjoyable season. You know, it's been a real bunch of highs and lows. You know, that run we went on, the 8 games, I think we actually deserved more out of that.
Yeah.
Fun enough, you know. I mean,
Alloa game changed it all, didn't it?
Alloa game changed it. After the Alloa game, in fact, 3 minutes to go in the Alloa game, we could have been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, a different set of playoffs. Yeah. So the old fine line between, I'm going to say success and failure, but this has been a great success in my view, certainly everyone at the club's view. And I'd just like to thank John and the players for a great effort this season. That's not negative. We've finished with a minimum number of points we needed. So Bill Darroch's delighted. You know, he's minimised the win bonuses.
Right, save some money.
You know, we came in through the playoffs. You know, John obviously is wanting to consolidate this year. And if consolidation is staying up, that's what we've done. So we're absolutely delighted with that, and I'm sure everybody about the club would agree. Gives a great platform for next season. You know, other teams will now come up. They'll want to consolidate. We want to go on. I absolutely know John will want to go on and take us on to bigger and better things. So fantastic.
The chairman of the club, not just the football side, you've got other youth sides and all that, and there's an awful lot goes on at Stenhousemuir.
Yep.
One of the best setups in the clubs. They're still playing some of the teams, it's other young teams. So do you go to the games and do you oversee it all?
Oh well, I don't oversee it all. That would be completely. I'm just been annoyed with the goalkeeping coach down there. He's a good guy, really. I'd be a lie to say I go to it all because you just couldn't do it, and I think that's testament to the hard work that goes on around the club. You know, it would be a full-time job going to all of these things with the youth teams and the community teams and everything else. Unfortunately, my young lad Aaron is involved in the under-10s community side, so you know, never missed that. And but at every level, there's people doing great things for this club.
Definitely.
And I think today you would have seen at the end of the stand all the kids. It was magnificent.
That was brilliant.
Absolutely loved that. You know, the
kids were great today, weren't they? Great PR, wasn't it?
You know, I think they gave the rest of the guys a run for their money today. You know,
I must admit, I thought the home support was good today. I thought the lads were excellent today. You know,
and I mean, the other thing you would have to say, last week was a big game for us, and I thought that the away support at East Fife last week was magnificent. They were there in numbers, they were noisy, they got noised up with one guy from East Fife. You know,
he was good, wasn't he?
And I'd imagine a second goal for us might have left him in 1 inch his life. But I thought today that the guard honour from the kids was a really good touch,
nice.
and it got them here. So I mean, I have to say, I think, you know, most things at the club are going really well, but I couldn't spend enough time thanking the people that make that happen, because there's so many, and hopefully that's just that community spirit that we hope to engender at the club.
We spoke to John. He said he's got a meeting with you 10th of May for next season. Will anything been happening round about the stadium? Is anything building wise or anything like that, or work wise, or?
No, there won't be much actually. No. This close season we're doing a lot of work with the local school. We're spending a lot of time with Larbert High, trying to make sure our partnership with them is really going to work.
Right.
We've got a lot of work to do there. It's the biggest school in Scotland actually. There's 1,800 pupils there.
Right.
You know, and hats off to Jamie Swinney and his team. They've done a fantastic job in the community. So most of the summer will be about the community side.
Right.
We're also hopefully about to announce a big expansion into the Cumbernauld and Airdrie areas in the Young Maroons, which is a real boost for us, the club, and hopefully more youngsters about the club. John's meeting is a week on Monday, which is normal. Right? So it's a normal football meeting, but obviously that's planning for next season.
And we're planning for the second division, which makes big. Who wants to go to Berwick? Stranraer.
Well,
what are your plans being in the second division? Are you going to push for first division status?
Absolutely. Well, I think you have to look at the way the game is now. I mean, I'm not a great fan of the leagues of 10 personally, because I think it restricts, you know, the opportunity for managers like John to play young players. You know, it's very difficult for John to take a chance with one or two.
Yeah. He tried
so tight, you know.
But just, if we'd have been safe earlier on, you might have seen that.
I'm sure he would. John takes, I mean, John on a Sunday, I mean, he's the most hard-working guy. On a Sunday he's here watching the 17s and the 19s, and he really works hard at it. So You know, the leagues of 10 means that, you know, clubs like ourselves have got every chance to get in the playoffs, every chance to go. I mean, are Stirling Albion that much better a club than Stenhousemuir? I would say not. We manage our finances better, I would tell you that much. So if Stirling Albion can do it, and congratulations to them, commiserations to Alloa, because I think Alloa are a great club, very, very like ourselves, very like us in community spirit. So if Alloa and Stirling are up there, I would say Stenhousemuir are very much their equals, and I'm absolutely sure next year John has now got that platform to push on from. I think we'll have a great season.
Went to Player of the Year dance tonight.
Yep.
Who's been your Player of the Year?
That's a tricky one. I always get to this point in the year and we talk about Player of the Year. At the start of the year there's so many contenders, and then when you look back over the year there's been individuals who have really affected the team at the right time. I would say Ian Thompson, for example. I would thank Ian. That set of 8 games, I thought Tomo was absolutely magnificent. You know, he really brought a zest to the team. So for that period there, he was, you know, great. I think Gary Tom at the start of the season, you know, for a young boy, you know, handled himself magnificently. And for me, he was the man of the match today.
Yeah, he was brilliant today.
Big Scott Dale, you know, for all people going about maybe he's not scored as many as he might. During the season, every manager says to John, you know, what a player Scott is. So you can go through the year. You know, Chris McCluskey has, you know, pulled off some absolutely astounding saves. The one up at Peterhead actually in midweek a few weeks back was, you know, as good a save as you'll see at any level anywhere. So, you know, you could pick from quite a number, but it's the usual. You know, during a season, you get players just have a bit of form that just do something for the club, and I think we've had a few of those.
So who's your Player of the Year?
My Player of the Year is the Player of the Year that we will tell you about tonight.
Right, okay.
One more question before you go there. Your top 3 goals for this season? Top
3 goals? Well, see, for different reasons. My top goal might be Robert Love's Arbroath, but that's more for the commentary than the goal.
Oh, well.
Right, so... my problem, I thought the best goal of the season was Ian Thompson out here, where he chipped it into the top corner. That was a magnificent effort. I think Paul Quinn's against Dumbarton was, you know, not only was it a fantastic goal, at the time we really needed it. So there's a few in there. I need to go back through it to pick my top 3, but they're the 2 that spring to mind. And I guess today's, for a whole lot of different reasons, no matter how it would have went in, it was going to be, you know, a memorable goal. But to be fair, Scott took it magnificently. We all had a look at the linesman, I think, to check whether they should celebrate, and thankfully we could. One other thing I would say is, on behalf of everybody on the website, I'd like to thank the 2 of you for all your effort. Going about how much people put into the club. And I think your efforts this year have brought a whole new dimension, not only to the supporters here.
You'll get him big-headed now.
No, I'm actually talking about you, man.
No, I got in front of you.
The two of you, and I know that our supporters, you know, from down in England and Norway, really appreciate what you do. So, gentlemen, thanks very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
So, will you check the post?
There will be a check. Unsigned and unentered.
Right.